Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host Justin. For this week's Mecha Anime review series review, we're reviewing Combat Mecha Xabungle, which is another Sunrise show. It's directed by Yoshiyuki Tomino, character design by Tominori Kogawa, mecha design by Kunio Akawara, and music by Koji Mikino. Right. This show aired in like February 1982 to January 1983. It has 50 episodes, and if you get the Blu-ray that Made in Japan put out, it also comes with the compilation movie Graffiti, right? So this show, I'll just read the back. On the planet Sola, the statute of limitations for any crime is just 3 days, so when Jiren Amos' family is murdered and he fails to catch their killer before he receives full immunity, Jiren snaps and continues to pursue his quest for revenge. Even though that now makes him the lawbreaker, with the help of Desert Drifter Rag and her gang of sand rats, Jiren soon finds the opportunity to steal the perfect weapon for his quest. A walker machine called the Xabungle. Taking the Xabungle, however, entangles our heroes with culture-obsessed rich girl, edgy cargo, the highly dysfunctional crew of the giant land ship Iron Gear, which is a transforming land ship that turns into a giant robot, a bevy of chorus girls, gun-toting toddlers, a man with no name named Temp, and Temp Sharon, who is obviously inspired by Clint Eastwood's character from the Sergio Leone westerns. An insanely escalating series of increasingly strange plot twists and the weirdest, wildest, and most hilarious parody of outer space westerns ever animated, Blue Gale Xabungle. Right? So the show is about this character named Jiren Amos, whose family was killed by Tim Sharon, who is an agent for the innocent. So what that means is that our characters on this planet there's two classes. There's the civilians, right? And the innocent. The civilians mine bluestones and gold, and will trade them for goods from the innocent, which is this highly developed culture that provides goods and services for the civilians. Because on this planet they have the 3-day rule, where like for any crime, if you don't get justice for said crime in 3 days, it's forgiven. So there's a lot of stealing, there's a lot of killing, right? A lot of chaos in this world, right? And because which the reason why this is going on is because basically a crisis happened and people weren't able to live on the planet, so they fled to the moon and space, and when they came back, their bodies weren't able to live in the atmosphere anymore. So they started genetically engineering people, and that's who the civilians are, right? And the reason why the innocent create so much chaos on this planet is because they're trying to make humanity stronger, right? So our main character, Jiren Amos, wants to get revenge on Tim Sharon, steals a walker machine called the Xabungle, which a lot of the mecha in this series, which I'll have a picture showing off the different mecha, are strangely enough remind me of the mecha from BattleTech and Mech Warrior, where the giant robots are basically just walking weapon platforms. Where like you even have like there'll be like the different giant robots will have like gun turrets and stuff for people to man, right? So the show, like half the show is Jiren with the crew of the Iron Gear chasing Tim Sherrin, trying to get revenge, and then the second half of this series is the Innocent trying to kill the Iron Gear, kidnapping and brainwashing the captain of the Iron Gear, Elchi Cargo, and our characters joining up with this resistance group called Salt, who wants to take down the Innocent, right? And so the civilians and humanity can live their own life and not constantly be manipulated by the Innocent, right? Which there are good Innocent, right? One of the characters is Administrator Vale, and Arthur Rank, who's the leader for some reason, even though he's like this sickly young guy. So the show reminded me a lot of, well, it's like the show is basically a mix of Gundam X and Gundam Double Zeta, throwing in some Orgus, because our main characters are mostly merchants, right? Like they're a traveling ship, conducting business and stuff, right? Which gave the show this sense of economics. So when it comes to when the laters in the series, they're still fighting and they're not making any money, but they're getting supplied by Salt. It makes you wonder, how are they paying for all the new paying for everything, right? Aside from, but other than that, the show, because the show is a comedy, it you gotta throw certain certain logic out the window, because there's a scene one of the characters has no weapons, and this fights and beats a squad of walker machines by himself, that was Fat Man, who's the muscle bound, well, he was a slave, but bodyguard of Elchi Cargo. So it's the thing with the show where my problem with it mostly is that the show is a little too long. I didn't think a show like this needed to be 50 episodes. The original Gundam series, which was a serious war drama, was only 42 episodes, which it was supposed to be 50 episodes. But this series, which is mostly a comedy, right? It is 50 episodes. Why? Right? But other than that, I don't know. I really like the characters. I really like the mecha design, right? The voice acting I thought was great. You have this huge cast of colorful characters, including I really enjoyed this one character, Maria, who was this pacifist who was raising orphans, growing vegetables and selling vegetables, which a lot of the characters were making fun of her. Why would you take care of orphans, even though they have a little girl on their team that they take care of, right? Who's the gun toddler with I think she has a Mac 10 that she shoots. Which her oh man, what was her name again? Chill, right? Which a lot of wacky sounding English names again by Tomino, including one I can't say because it sounds offensive, but right. It's the thing where I think if you're a fan of Tomino's shows, right, and you don't mind the wacky Looney Tunes stuff, you're gonna enjoy the show. And just like with every Tomino show, there's always action scenes and fight scenes in every episode. Though one thing I didn't like about the show is that they break the fourth wall a lot, and even the narrator breaks the fourth wall, which at one point, and they constantly talk about patterns. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the show, the show, and the characters. Though I kind of wonder, okay, why didn't we kill like Tim Sharon? Why did we just let him live at the end? Right? I didn't understand that. Also, just like with the Gundam series, our main character, I would say like around a little more than halfway through the show, he gets a new mecha called the Gallier, which is a light green mecha, right? Which honestly does not look as cool as a Xabungle, but as far as performance-wise, and the fact that it has a little like hovercraft like booster on its back, made it a more superior machine. So if I were to give this show a rating, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth watching, and if you're a fan of Double Zeta and like Orgus, I think you would love this show. There's also and just like with Tomino, he keeps there are a bunch of romance episodes, but he keeps the romance like isolated in like episodes, so it's not like other shows where you have to deal with romance shit like all the time. No, he keeps it in isolated episodes, right? Right. And it's funny because like a bunch of the female characters, a lot of the female characters will have crushes, would have a crush on Jiren, but then like there'll be random episodes where they'll be introduced to a new guy, and then for that episode they'll love that character. They'll have a romance with that character, but then those love interest characters tend to die in the episode they appear in. So it's very similar to like how like Camille would have a girlfriend and she would die in the same episode she appeared in. That's sorry for spoiling not Double Zeta, Zeta Gundam. Yeah, so our next mecha series we're gonna review is, I kind of wanted to take a break so we can review a couple of the movies that we were like a couple anime movies that we were going to review but haven't had time for, because this series, which was 50 episodes long, was very rough to watch. Like I had a very hard time. It wasn't rough to watch because I wasn't enjoying the show, but it was because I had to binge watch like 10 episodes a day to get this review done by Saturday. I didn't really have time to do a lot. So we're gonna review a shorter show next. We're gonna review Mazinger Z: The Impact, which is a 2005 remake of the original Mazinger show. It's 25 episodes, so hopefully we'll have time to review some Gundam movies, like, because like I kind of want to finish, because we reviewed the first Zeta Gundam compilation movie, so I kind of want to review the other two. So hopefully next week we'll have time to do that. But other than that, if you have any suggestions for what mecha series you want me to review, let me know in the comments, and make sure to check out our mecha anime review playlist, which I'll put a link in the description for that, so you can check it out. Alright guys, peace.